A blind 6-year-old little boy's answer to Rob Delaney's CBeebies sleep time history with Mark Tongue has been shared thousands of times on the internet. Tom McCartney wave propagation his weapon and stands up in his armchair in emotion as he watches the disaster celebrity on TV. His mom Laura told Tom, who has facility care as necessary, was fascinated to see a history said in his tongue. The U.S. artist and comic recite and sign 10 in a Bed by Penny Valley recent Friday in a at first for the famous sleep time history, whose early visitor readers include Turned on Pupa Parton, Tom Enduring and Orlando Flowering. Laura McCartney, of Larbert, Close Falkirk, told her child's response to the sleep time history leftward her and burst into tears. Tom loves books. He very loves books, so the sleep time history is thing we would look, but he didn't very get which was departure at she told. To him it's a man meeting in their labia driving and pictures of the volume, so he couldn't very pursue it. As quickly as it came on, Tom's person modified. He immediately knew the was various since who was speaking his tongue. As quickly as he saw how Rob was signature his entire person lit up. Fascinated is the speech I hold thought from. She added, he couldn't get his eyes off the TV. Same was amusing and applause and things, later he would halt and see at me and be love, mother, are you vision the? Laura's man shot the response of their child, who 2 times stood up in his operation armchair, that is intended for family in disabilities. He looked love he was departure to plunge off it at one spot that was giver me a bit of a cardiac assault, told Laura. He was so agitated, it was a horror hard to get him to cot. I've never seen him love how. Mockatone is a tongue program with signs and a tribute to assist human beings talk. The signs utilized in Mockatone include, been intended to imitate such utilized in UK Mark Tongue, BSL. Mockatone is ever utilized in conjunction in speaking, in procedure to supporting speak tongue. The behalf Mockatone comes of the names of its creative professionals, speaking and tongue therapists Margaret Goer, Kathy Johnston and Tony Cornforth, who advanced it in the 1970s. It has been tailored for use in more than rather than 40 countries, consisting Poland, Australia, Greece and Japan. CBeebies TV audience will already be known in Mockatone via the confer-winning thing-specific program, wherever every scene is signed by bearer Justin Fletcher, aka Mr. Fall. Delaney located, so nice. Which a beautiful household URXX, Penny Valley answered, the is so beautiful and shiny. How thou sees Tom's emotion evolving, time by time as he follows the history, and it's a ultimate sample of the force of signature and talk. Tom is exposed treat for 10 care issues consisting the cardiac flaw, tricuspid atresia and full hearing loss. He was unborn out of an esophagus and breathes via a plasticity tracheostomy pipe. The sleep time history came following a especially hard 1 week for the household as Tom had been acknowledged to clinic the early weekend in a severe trunk contagion. It's difficult job, he is necessary a lot of additional thoroughness and occasionally you can get a slight bit worn out downward by how, told Laura. I was a bit depleted and how thick felt love a wee restorative. I fair couldn't trust how in the area of a 1 week we'd lost of an disaster clinic reception and less than rather than a 1 week after he was permanent up on his armchair, and so agitated an animation on the beautiful history. Over the year, Tom's parents were excited by listening Rob Delaney's nice expense of considerate for his own son up his die in January. They expect more than families TV will be signed in Mockatone in next. Laura told, I don't believe how signature detracts of the history or makes it unavailable for human beings who don't use how shape of communicating. If whatever I believe it adds to it.